Tim Keller's loved by a lot of people. People read his books. He's on the radio station that kicked me off. He's a fake. If he watches this video, come on my show. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. It's not about an argument. It's about exposing darkness. Listen to what Tim Keller says about Christians who, by the way, he calls Christian nationalists, white Christian nationalists. He announced to the whole world, by the way, this last year that he is now a member of the Democratic Party. That should tell you a lot. Listen, let me just make a comment about the whole Democratic-Republican thing. My mom and my dad, when they immigrated into this country, were Democrats. They were Democrats because when they came into this country and they had to go take the school to be sworn in and all that other stuff, they were told, you're an immigrant, you should be a Democrat. They didn't know. They didn't change until, I want to say, like, they came into the country like 72 and they kind of changed affiliations, I think somewhere around 78 or something like that. Because like, I get to vote, I'm not voting for that. Think about this for a minute. He is about to blame the anger and the vitriol that people who embrace sin have against Christians because of the actions of Christians. If he was not a coward and he knew the Bible and he actually spoke the truth, he would say, people hate Christians because Christians remind them of the evil life that they choose to embrace. But look at what he says, and I want you to pay attention because he talks about learning to identify Christian nationalists here. Which, by the way, I'll just tell you right now, I have a friend. There might be certain things I might not really agree with. His name is Sean. He's a worship leader, a very famous worship leader. Goes around the country and leads all kinds of things. He's going to be at my friend Greg Denham's church on Sunday. Sean is leading worship right now at a church in San Diego that got destroyed by the left. Destroyed. Because they hate the message he stands for, which is, if you're gay, God can heal you. If you're fornicating, God can heal you. Whatever sin it is, right? Think about that for a minute. Think about how dark people are going. Watch this. This is very interesting. Listen to what Tim Keller, a leading spiritual leader in this country, says about this subject.
I would say for the last 20 years, the Christian right, though I usually would agree with their positions, I'm pro-life. You know, in other words, he's not pro-life, okay? I'm just telling you that right now. He says he is by default, but he supports organizations and people and points of view that are adamantly against life. But that's a whole different story. Actions speak a lot louder than words. Anyway. Still don't think that same-sex marriage is a good idea for the country or people.
By the way, can I also say this? Notice how he doesn't say same-sex marriage is a sin. God condemns it and he hates it. He says it's just not a good idea for people in this country. You'll see lots of guys, by the way, that are popular in the mainstream that do this. I encourage you all to send an email to Ben Corson and ask him to condemn homosexuality. He won't do it. I don't mind saying that in front of people. I want to demonstrate how dark the world is going.
So I would technically be agreeing with them, but you know how they raise their money? For 20 years, they sent out letters talking about how you've got to send us money because the gay people are going to try to come and take your children away, and because they're evil, and because the Democrats and the left are going to destroy your religious liberty. They just said awful things and vilified people. It's one of the reasons why so many gay activists now just don't want to forgive evangelicals.
We'll corrupt your kids if our agenda goes unchecked. Funny, just this once, you're correct.
Okay,
because
we'll stop. He says this is the reason why he's become a Democrat and all this other stuff. He's going to go on and pontificate for a few more minutes. But did you notice how he made people like us look like paranoid people that were seeking to raise money because we made the absurd or ridiculous assertion that the gay community would go after our kids?